chance of rain 50%. Tuesday, mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 50s. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour with gusts up to 20 miles an hour. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy. Rain likely after midnight. Lows in the mid-30s. East winds around 5 miles an hour. Chance of rain 70%. Wednesday, rain. Highs in the lower 40s. East winds around 5 miles an hour, becoming northeast in the afternoon. Chance of rain near 100%. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy. Lows in the mid-30s. North winds around 5 miles an hour. Thursday, mostly cloudy. Highs around 50. Friday, mostly cloudy. Rain showers. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the mid-40s. Chance of rain 80%. Saturday, partly cloudy. Rain showers likely. Highs in the upper 50s. Lows in the mid-20s. Chance of rain 70%. Sunday, mostly clear. Highs in the mid-40s. Lows in the lower 30s. Monday, partly cloudy. Highs around 60. Lows around 40. Now for the National Weather Service marine forecast for the Chesapeake Bay from Sandy Point to North Beach. Tonight, west winds 20 knots with gusts to 40 knots, becoming northwest with gusts to 35 knots after midnight. Waves 3 feet. Scattered showers with isolated thunderstorms until midnight. Visibility 1 nautical mile or less until midnight. Tuesday, north winds 10 to 15 knots. Gusts up to 25 knots in the morning. Waves 2 feet. Tuesday night, southeast winds 5 knots. Waves less than 1 foot. Rain likely. Wednesday, east winds 5 to 10 knots. Waves 1 foot. Rain. Wednesday night, north winds 5 to 10 knots. Waves 1 foot. Thursday, northeast winds 5 to 10 knots. Waves 1 foot. A chance of showers in the morning. Winds and waves higher and visibilities lower in and near thunderstorms. Now for the National Weather Service marine forecast for the tidal Potomac from Key Bridge to Smith Point. Tonight, west winds 20 knots with gusts to 40 knots, becoming northwest with gusts to 30 knots after midnight. Waves 2 to 3 feet. Scattered showers with isolated thunderstorms until midnight. Visibility 1 nautical mile or less until midnight. Tuesday, northwest winds 10 to 15 knots. Gusts up to 25 knots in the morning. Waves 1 to 2 feet. Tuesday night, east winds 5 to 10 knots. Waves 1 foot. Rain. Visibility 1 to 3 nautical miles. Wednesday, northeast winds 5 to 10 knots. Waves 1 foot. Rain. Wednesday night, north winds 5 to 10 knots. Waves 1 foot. Thursday, northeast winds 5 to 10 knots. Waves 1 foot or less. A chance of showers in the morning. Winds and waves higher and visibilities lower in and near thunderstorms. This is the NOAA Weather Radio All Hazards Station KHP 36, broadcasting from the National Weather Service office in Sterling, Virginia, and transmitting on a frequency of 162.550 MHz from an antenna located in Manassas, Virginia. Severe thunderstorm watch number 37 has been canceled for the following county: Clark, Virginia, and Jefferson, West Virginia. Severe thunderstorm watch number 37 remains in effect until 9 p.m. for the following county: Frederick, Maryland. Remember, a severe thunderstorm watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including large hail and damaging winds, in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 8:15 p.m. for Carroll County in north-central Maryland, northwestern Harford County in northern Maryland, central Frederick County in north-central Maryland, and northwestern Baltimore counties in northern Maryland. At 7:48 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Manchester to near Lincoln or Bartonsville, moving east at 45 miles per hour. Hazard hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, damaging winds will cause some trees and large branches to fall. This could injure those outdoors, as well as damage homes and vehicles. Roadways may become blocked by downed trees. Localized power outages are possible. Unsecured light objects may become projectiles. Locations impacted include Frederick, Pikesville, Cockeysville, Westminster, Harry Grove Stadium, Reynoldstown, Owings Mills, Eldersburg, Milford Mill, Reisterstown, Lockern, Ballinger Creek, Mays Chapel, Mount Airy, Tanatown, Hampstead, Walkersville, Manchester, Sickesville, and Durrettsville. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. This is a statement from the National Weather Service. For the following counties, in Virginia, Augusta, Central Virginia Blue Ridge, Clark, Eastern Highland, Frederick, Northern Virginia Blue Ridge, Page, Rockingham, Shenandoah, and Warren, and the following counties, in West Virginia, Berkeley, Eastern Grant, Eastern Mineral, Eastern Pendleton, Hampshire, Hardy, Jefferson, and Morgan, and the following counties, in Maryland, Central and Eastern Allegheny, and Washington. Wind advisory remains in effect until 1 a.m. Tuesday. West winds 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. The areas affected include portions of north central and western Maryland, central, northwest and western Virginia, and eastern and panhandle West Virginia. The hazardous weather conditions are expected until 1 a.m. Tuesday.
Alrighty guys, what is going on? I hope you all are having a great day so far. Hope you guys are staying safe here. Glad to see you guys here tonight. Hope you all are doing well here. We're going to be going over what is actually kicking off here at the moment. I didn't really realize that there was all this long line of severe storms going on here. Because like I said, I've been working I've been pretty busy today. I've been at work here. Didn't really have much time to keep up with the weather here, but we're actually obviously seeing there is a line of severe thunderstorms currently kicking off here across bits of northern Maryland, bits of eastern Pennsylvania, as well as southeastern New York State, and 2 bits of northwestern New Jersey. We actually are currently seeing, honestly, a bit of severe weather currently kicking off here. So that is what we are currently looking at here. Let me go ahead and pull up my live stream here for you guys on my tablet here. But like I said, y'all, I hope y'all are having a great day so far. I hope you guys are doing good here. My outside temperature gauge, Eddie says, reached 74 degrees. Mine says 64 here right now on the dot. Eddie says, I'm right next to Raleigh, North Carolina. I think it's a bit hot, though. You know, honestly, yeah, I'm not used to this weather yet. You know, usually you slowly creep into the warmer temperatures, but nah, this was just utterly a huge change. This set many, many records across the DC metro area here. But welcome, Alex. Welcome, Eddie. I hope you all are having a great day. Hope you guys are staying safe here. So we're just going to go ahead and get right on into the live stream here real quick. We're going to go ahead and, you know, go ahead and get into the stream here. But let me pull up something first. I want to make sure that my thing is working here real quick. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and switch on over here, guys, to the radar view. This is what we are looking at here right now. Obviously, we have seen this cold front advance its way here to the east. We still have this going on here at the moment. What is this? There's, I think this might be a small craft advisory? In effect. Apparently my program decided it wants to give out here. Would not be the first time it's done that, for sure. Alright, let's see. We're going to go ahead and close this program real quick. Dude, my computer's being very, very slow for some reason. Still broken? Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and restart it. That's a great way to start off the stream, guys. But yeah, this is what we are looking at here right now. We're actually going to go ahead and go on over here to the Northern Virginia view in regard to things. We're going to take a look here at what is going on at the moment. Apparently this one's wanting to glitch too. Man, all my radars having a problem. I think it's my computer. I hate to say it, but I think my computer is about to stretch on its last legs here. I've had this thing for a very long time. I've had this thing since like 2014, and obviously, or 2017, but it's been around since 2014 because I bought it refurbished too. That's the thing, and I'm sure it's on its last legs here. So hopefully it lasts a little bit longer until I have enough money to save up for another one here. So here's what we're dealing with. Bit of rain across bits of the central and northern portion of Virginia currently kicking off. And we have the severe storms kind of kicking off here towards central Maryland. Currently going on here, moving this way up into the eastern side here of Pennsylvania, currently kicking off here at the moment. So that is what we are looking at. Some severe weather is going on here. Let's go and see here. 60-mile-per-hour with damaging wind gusts. I think that's a lot of these. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of these are just 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Wow, a lot of damage reports reported here across northeastern Pennsylvania and southeastern New York here. I mean, look at this. This is what we're looking at. I need to bring this back here. Let me go ahead and pull back up my radar view. There we go. Okay. So, like I was saying here, yeah, we have a lot of reports going on at the moment. We're going to switch on over here to my GR Level 1 screen here. Now, this is showing a lot of reports. I mean, look at this. This one says numerous trees down here in, what is this? Honesdale, across northeastern Pennsylvania near Binghamton, or Hampton. Trees and wires down here. Tree down blocking Airport Road. 55-mile-per-hour wind gust reported by an ASOS station, basically just a weather station here. This one says trees down onto residents, onto a resident. This one says trees and wires down, large trees and wires down on road, trees and wires down. So there's a lot of damage reports going on here so far. It seems like a lot of them are for the cell on the northern section of the storm. And if you look at the radar view above my head, it kind of looks like that's the worst of this. Oh yeah, look at this. Yeah, that's a mean looking storm here. Yeah, that sucker's definitely got some gusty wind potential, I'm sure, as well as maybe even some heavy rain here. Crazy. So this one's severe thunderstorm warning here, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So we really don't have a tornado threat or a hail threat for today, which is obviously good. You don't want that, but yesterday we did have a hail threat, tornado threat, and a damaging wind threat. So, but luckily we're not seeing that here right now. Obviously, right now our main concern is the damaging wind potential going on here. I'll tell you what, we're gonna look at the Storm Prediction Center because we have a bit of things to look at here. In regard to things. So we're going to go ahead and switch on over back here to my screen view. So we're taking a look here at the Storm Prediction Center. This is your latest mesoscale discussion. Yeah, look at this. So this is what we're looking at. We have a marginal and a slight risk for today. Slight risk does include eastern portion of Pennsylvania and basically southeastern, southeastern portion here of New York State into bits of western New Jersey. So this is basically where we are seeing the storms kicking off here right now. Especially this one cell that we are seeing here, basically just QLCS, this long linear line of storms moving its way through the region here at the moment. So if you guys are inside of this yellow shade area here, you have the greatest threat for severe weather for today. Severe threat level 2 out of 5, severe threat level 1 out of 5, reaching the dark green. And this kind of light green area here, the cold front is going to drive its way through the region. Might spark off some thunderstorms, but you know they're not expected to be severe. Right here in this kind of light green color we're talking about right here. But once you reach the dark green, that's where severity kicks in. That's where you have the possibility of severe weather kicking off here. And obviously we have a second shade here across the yellow, which is showing a little bit more worse, a little bit more potential, a little bit more probability as well. Now, like I said, in regard to tornadoes, no chance for tornadoes here, which is good. Damaging winds, though, is our concern for now. 5% chance across the brown, showing you have a 5% chance of seeing damaging winds 60 miles per hour or more. Then a little bit higher of a threat here for the yellow. 15% chance of seeing damaging winds 60 miles per hour or more. In terms of hail, nothing at all. So tornadoes and hail, scratch out. This is a wind threat. Because like I said, this is mostly a linear event that's kicking off here at the moment. So we're mostly just seeing just some damaging winds drive its way through the region here at the moment. So now inside the slight risk, this does include New York, New York City here. Philadelphia, Newark, New Jersey, Jersey City, New Jersey, and Yonkers, New York. And in the marginal risk, this does include Baltimore, Maryland, Boston, Massachusetts, Washington, D.C., Richmond, Virginia, and Arlington, Virginia here. This is inside of that severe threat here. But, that's what we're dealing with. at the moment. Now, I'll tell you what, we're going to move on over here to the models because I really want to take a look here at the instability. But first, we should look at the mesoscale analysis. I want to look at the current conditions in the atmosphere. This is something I really haven't looked at, so we're going to look at this together. We're going to look at this together here. So obviously we have our low up here on to the northeast, currently kicking off here. You know, instability, I believe, really isn't that high. Yeah, we're just talking over 1,000 joules per kilogram, I'm pretty sure. Or sorry, over 100. Big difference in that. Yeah, we're just talking about 100 joules per kilogram here. A lot of shear, though. There's a lot of wind energy in the atmosphere right now. Instability, yeah, we're not really seeing much instability here. You know, honestly, we're just seeing maybe up to 100 joules per kilogram. I mean, it's really nothing. Let's see. What about lightning activity? I don't even know if these things are producing lightning, and that's kind of what I want to. That's kind of what I want to see here. See if these storms are actually kicking off some lightning. We'll go ahead and go over here to the main sector where all of this mess is currently kicking off here. We're going to switch on over to product overlays and GLM flasher. Well, there is a bit of lightning. It does look like kind of kicking off here. Not too much though, but there is a bit of a cluster of lightning kind of kicking off here across the east portion of Pennsylvania. And this is, we're going to switch down here a little bit to basically eastern Pennsylvania here. Go ahead and pick a close radar to this. We'll go with KCCX. I feel like these radars are kind of out of range here. It's kind of a bad zone here. So we're going to go ahead and switch on over here to the radar view. Now, obviously, this is a little bit old, but we did see some of those lightning strikes kind of kicking off here across eastern Pennsylvania, it does look like. So that is what we were looking at here. Now, if we move back on over the screen here, you can obviously see where I was saying that there's a bit of a cluster of lightning going on across the southeastern portion of Pennsylvania here. So, you know, honestly, that is what we are seeing. And if we go to the instability side, yeah, it looks like that's kind of where our heaviest instability is. So we're seeing lightning right at the area here of 183 joules per kilogram. So it's honestly very, very weak instability. Honestly, very, very weak instability here. Surprising that severe thunderstorms could even kick off in this, but you know, we have the wind energy, we have the shear in the atmosphere, as well as it's like a downdraft cape, because you know there is a potential of damaging winds here. We're not kind of talking near 300, so yeah, maybe some isolated wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour is possible, which we have been seeing in these warnings. Kind of what it looks like here. Kind of what it looks like. Most unstable cape here. Wow, look at this. We're talking up to 750. It's still relatively weak though. That's the thing. There's really not too much instability in the atmosphere to allow for storms to really fire off here. I mean, this is literally probably as weak as these convective systems can get. And honestly, there's a lot of wind energy in the atmosphere. I will say that. It is pretty impressive. Here around the mid-levels of the atmosphere, we can actually see that the winds are blowing very, very fast to the northeast here. We're talking about 90 knots, which is about equivalent to 95, near 100 miles per hour. That is a pretty fast-moving jet stream here, right at the mid-levels of the atmosphere. And now, as we move a little bit lower here towards the surface, I mean, we're talking about really not too far up here. We're talking about 50 knots of shear kicking off here. That is a lot of wind energy kicking off in the atmosphere. That is definitely a lot going on here. So, but like I said, really not much instability here. Don't really expect too much out of this, but we have had some damaging wind reports here. Like I said, multiple trees, multiple wires have been reported down here across bits of eastern southeastern portion here of New York State. So that is what we are looking at here at the moment. Now let's go ahead, guys, and move on back here. I kind of want to look at the latest HRRR model in regard to essentially instability here, as well as what we can expect here down the line. So we're going to go ahead and move on back here, because like I said, we are expecting a possible winter system to impact the mid-Atlantic as well. I've been kind of quiet about it over the last little bit, but you know, honestly, there is a bit of support here. So we're going to talk about this here in 1 second. But first off, let's look at our instability here. Like I said, there's a lot of isolated pockets here. it's really, really bad. I mean, this is not much instability in the atmosphere at all. This is very, very ugly. Now, off the shore here, we do have a few pockets that might be pretty decent here. Just over 1,000 joules per kilogram, which, if that was on land, that would actually do some interesting things. But like I said, right now, it's just, the energy in the atmosphere is just way too weak here. The wind shear is higher, because that area of low pressure is just to the north of this. And it's strengthening as it's kicking off of the United States. So, all the instability will be driving its way out of here, I would say by midnight tonight. All the instability will be out of the area here. Threat of severe weather will be gone. Not too much longer here. Like I said, we have a group of severe thunderstorm warnings here above my head. Now, this is all just for damaging wind gusts. Like I said, that's our main threat for today. Damaging wind gusts. No tornado or hail threat for today, which is good. Definitely a good news here. But this is what we are looking at here. Now, like I said, there is the possibility we could see some winter weather here coming on down the line. Now, let me show you just what we're looking at here. So, we're going to go ahead and switch on over here to the precipitation type. Now, I don't believe, yeah, HRRR doesn't go out that far. However, we have a few other models that do. I believe the RAP model now goes out that far here. So, we track down here in time. Get all this moisture starting to drive its way in the region. Look at this. Maybe some heavy snow and ice across northern Virginia into Maryland, as well as the northeast. You know, honestly, this is actually showing some pretty heavy snowfall. You know, honestly, this is a possibility because we're having another system drive its way up here, basically from the Gulf of Mexico, and this will track its way up here through the Tennessee Valley, Ohio Valley, starting to kick off some snow. Kind of starting off up those upper elevations here across the across the Appalachian Mountains here. And like I said, you know, this is honestly showing 40 dBz of snow, which that is very, very heavy snowfall. That is very, very large flakes, which ultimately can lead to heavy accumulations. However, there is one major concern, and that's the temperatures. So if we go to our forecast hour, this is forecast hour number 38 here. So obviously we see a bunch of snow right here across northern Virginia. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the temperatures for the same hour here, because, you know, really things aren't going to stick that well if they're right there at above the freezing line. And look at this. Across northern Virginia, we're seeing temperatures here in kind of the 33, 34 range, which honestly, you know, that is kind of a bit warm, which might have some trouble with essentially, you know, allowing for accumulations to occur. Now, I'm sure there will be some here. You can see that that area of low pressure does track its way off here. We'll see what happens. You know, there is a bit of disagreement still kicking off here with this, with these models here. We'll go ahead and take a look here at the NAM model. So overall, the same idea is still there. I mean, we are expecting some snow to occur across northern Virginia into bits of basically bits to the northeast. This could drive some snow. We'll get to accumulations here in a second. Popcorn says, "Yeah, what's up, Popcorn? Welcome to live stream, dude. Glad to see you here." But this is what we're looking at. Big old shot of moisture driving its way around here. So when will this start? Well, we're going to start to see a lot of this moisture driving its way across the Ohio Valley. Sorry, across the Tennessee Valley here. For the early portions of the 9th into the late 8th here. And then we'll start to see that snow kicking off here kind of around the early morning hours here on the 9th. Kind of really early here. Like I said, it's going to start over those upper elevations here because obviously as you go up in those elevations, it is a bit more colder because higher you go up in the atmosphere, the colder it does get. So it's going to start off here across the mountains. Eventually track its way into the northern Virginia, Maryland, D.C. area here. Eventually into bits of Pennsylvania and stretching across bits of the northeastern states. Now, in regard to how much can we expect, I'm sure that's a question that a lot of you guys have here. So let's take a look at that. So first off, let's look at the GFS model real quick before we continue on here. So what we do see here is that overall, the same idea is there. I mean, all these models do support this heavy snow. They do support the snow actually driving its way through the region here. Now, in regard to accumulations, let's see how much we're talking here. So we're going to go look at the total snowfall accumulation 10-to-1 ratio. You know, honestly, this is showing a decent amount of snowfall across bits of the central portion here of Virginia. I mean, we're talking maybe up to 6 inches being possible according to this model. 3 to 5. Kind of across bits of the northeast here, from bits of Maryland into Pennsylvania into New York. So, you know, honestly, this is a decent amount of totals here. Now, I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and kind of circle this area here You'll see why we're circling it here in a second. So right in these areas here is where we are expecting the heaviest accumulation. We'll go ahead and just draw a little line backing up behind this. So this is kind of where we are expecting our heaviest accumulation here. We'll even draw a little X here, kind of showing where the heaviest is on GFS model. Now, taking a look here at the RAP model, this one's very aggressive. Wow. This one's showing maybe up to 8, 9 inches. 10 inches in some spots here. That's crazier than I thought it was, honestly. That's crazy here. So we're talking maybe up and over a half a foot of snow. Like I said, the heaviest just being kind of south here across northern Virginia into bits of Maryland. So, but the general idea of where the snow is going to impact, honestly, is still there. There is still that agreement here. Now, in regard to NAM, this one's also showing it. Wow. Maybe up to 8 inches or so. That's seriously impressive. Not going to lie with you guys. Let's do this. I'm going to look at the latest forecast thing here from the National Weather Service. I haven't looked at this yet. So, day 3 through 7 here, yeah. They have the threat here for day 3. So this is when that's going to happen here. That is crazy here. Day 4, nothing really in day 6. So we'll watch this. Their overall forecast, ice accumulations, isn't really out yet. Let's go and see here. I mean, regardless, this is still showing a decent amount of snow here. So this is into March 10th. Okay, so this is showing a complete different story here. This one's showing a much different story here. A lot of these models are actually agreeing on the fact we could see maybe over 6 inches of snow, which I believe is possible. I mean, considering a lot of these models are supporting here. You see this one right here. Yeah, this one's showing a different story. This one's showing a lot less snowfall for one, and also it'll pushed up a lot more further north, and a lot more widespread snowfall. Honestly. So, it's kind of a tough decision to make here. It's kind of a tough call, because a lot of these models are showing similar and different things here. Yeah, ECMWF is even showing a little bit of a difference here. So our European model has a lot of the heaviest snow kind of falling around these areas here, kind of roughly around there. Then we look at the GFS model, and GFS model is a little bit further south, just a little bit though, not too much. Which we'll see what happens here. It's going to see possible 7-inch snowstorm from my area here in the other model. That's crazy. Honestly, it's pretty decent. What this is actually showing here. A small little clipper system could deliver a decent amount of snow here. So there is still a bit of disagreement, obviously. We'll still monitor this here over the next little bit. I wonder if there's any HRRR model that's actually out on this. I think 18Z. Let's see, 00Z. I think this goes out the farthest. Yeah, this doesn't really go out that far yet. How far away does it go out though? Okay, so we're the latest run is just now starting to kind of approach that. So like I said, a lot of heavy moisture driving its way in the region here, and eventually this will kick in the snowfall across those upper elevations. Like I was saying, honestly, like I said, the models are showing a decent amount. Honestly, more than I thought we would expect here out of the system. We'll watch it. We'll see this. We'll probably go live for this event. When is this? Wednesday? Shoot, I have work Wednesday. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do here on Wednesday. In regard to things here, but like I said, the models are showing supports here of heavy winter storm. I mean, this is even showing some ice accumulation as well here. Let's take a look at that actually. This is showing maybe up to a trace, really not too much snow, or really not too much ice here. Most being maybe up to a 1/10 of an inch, honestly, some locally higher amounts being possible across those upper elevations here. So, guys, we'll see how this plays out here. It's definitely a subject to change. because a lot of the models do agree on potentially heavy snowfall across the north. But, also there is a few handful of models, including your National Weather Service forecast, that does differ differently. So we'll see what happens here over the next little bit. But guys, we're going to go ahead and head on break here for a minute. So guys, stay tuned here. If you have any questions, I'll still be active in the chat if you guys do want to ask any questions. If you guys do want to support the channel, we do have our link in the description. It'll be greatly appreciated. It'll seriously help us out. As well, if you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor. Consider hitting that subscribe button. It'll be greatly appreciated. But guys, we'll be back here momentarily, so hang tight. We'll be back here momentarily.
Arlington Falls Church and Alexandria, Culpeper, Eastern Loudoun, Fairfax, Greene, King George, Madison, Nelson, Northern Fauquier, Orange, Prince William, Manassas and Manassas Park, Rappahannock, Southern Fauquier, Spotsylvania, Stafford and Western Loudoun. Wind advisory remains in effect until 1 a.m. Tuesday. West winds 20 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. The areas affected include portions of the District of Columbia, Central, North Central, Northeast, Northern and Southern Maryland and Central, Northern and Northwest Virginia. The hazardous weather conditions are expected until 1 a.m. Tuesday. Impacts: gusty winds could blow around unsecured objects. Tree limbs could be blown down and a few power outages may result. Use extra caution when driving, especially if operating a high-profile vehicle. Secure outdoor objects. Severe weather safety rules. Severe thunderstorms capable of producing damaging winds are possible tonight across parts of West Virginia, and Maryland. Residents in these areas should monitor the situation very closely and ensure your NOAA weather radios are set to alert mode. Severe weather warnings for imminent damaging storms may become necessary. Here are some safety rules to keep in mind when severe weather is expected or is occurring. If a warning is issued, seek shelter indoors immediately. Stay tuned to NOAA weather radio, commercial radio, information sources from your phone or television for the latest on this potential severe weather event. Additional weather information can be found at weather.gov/Washington or weathergovernor/Baltimore. The 8 p.m. observation in Washington. At Reagan National Airport, light rain was falling. The temperature was 68 degrees Fahrenheit, or 20 degrees Celsius. Dew point 59. Humidity was 73%. Winds were southwest at 16 miles an hour, gusting to 30, and the barometric pressure was 29.69 inches, or 1,005.4 millibars, and rising. Now for some observations from the surrounding area. At BWI Airport, light rain was falling. Temperature 72. Wind southwest at 21 miles an hour, gusting to 36. At Charlottesville, cloudy skies. 66. At Dulles Airport, cloudy. Temperature 67 degrees. Wind southwest at 18 miles an hour, gusting to 30. At Fredericksburg, light rain was occurring. Temperature 66. At Martinsburg, fair skies. 60. Winds west at 25 miles an hour, gusting to 41. At Norfolk, fair. Temperature 75 degrees. At Ocean City, fair skies. It was 59 degrees. At Pawtuxet River Naval Air Station, light rain was occurring. Temperature 77. At Quantico, light rain was falling. Temperature 70. Wind southwest at 9 miles an hour. For Richmond, with heavy rain and fog, it was 63. At Roanoke, light rain was occurring. Temperature 60 degrees. At Winchester, cloudy. Temperature 61. At New York, fair skies. 71. At Philadelphia, cloudy skies. 73. At Raleigh, cloudy skies. 76. Now for a few observations on the waters. At Washington Channel, the wind was southwest at 11 knots, gusting to 23, and the water temperature was 51 degrees. At Piney Point, the wind was southwest at 14 knots, gusting to 18. At Thomas Point, the wind was southwest at 25 knots, gusting to 28, and the water temperature was 45 degrees. A statement from the National Weather Service. At 8:16 p.m., Doppler radar indicated a line of showers along a line extending from near Delta to Germantown, moving east at 50 miles per hour. Gusty winds of 45 to 55 miles per hour are possible with this shower. Locations impacted include Baltimore, Columbia, Germantown, Gaithersburg, Severn, Olney, Pikesville, Middle River, Cockeysville, Elk Ridge, Elkton, Damascus, Aberdeen, Haverda Grace, Aberdeen Proving Ground, Sparrows Point, Back River, Historic Ellicott City, Calvert, and Ellicott City. A statement from the National Weather Service. At 8:21 p.m., Doppler radar indicated a line of showers along a line extending from Chesapeake Ranch Estates to near Haynesville, moving east at 60 miles per hour. Gusty winds of 30 to 40 miles per hour are possible with this shower. Locations impacted include Lexington Park, Chesapeake Ranch Estates, Leonardtown, Piney Point, Tall Timbers, St. Inigo's Creek, St. Mary's City, Calvert Cliffs, St. Leonard Creek, St. Mary's River, California, Lusby, Pawtuxet River Naval Air Station, Hollywood, St. Leonard, Drum Point, Long Beach, Valley Lee, Scotland, and Great Mills. Here is a look at the weather features that will affect the region over the next several days. A strong cold front will cross through the region tonight, bringing gusty rain showers and falling temperatures. High pressure returns Tuesday before another wave of low.
Alrighty, guys, we are back. Hope you all are doing good here. Let's go ahead and see here. Courtney says, I just heard, oh yeah, Courtney says she heard thunder here. Maple says, echo tops up to 37,000 feet. That's crazy. That is honestly a pretty high top thunderstorm. So we're actually going to take a look at that here real quick. Because like I said, we have two people in the chat that are here from Orlando. So we're going to go ahead and look at Orlando real quick in regard to things and see what we're actually doing with down there. Because we do have that generalized thunderstorm threat that is down. Ooh, we have a severe thunderstorm warning here in North Carolina as well. That's some new information here. Eddie says, great forecast. Thank you so much, Eddie. That's greatly appreciated. I'm glad that you got to join us tonight. I hope everyone is doing well. Like I said, if you have any questions, guys, I'll be here for you all. So here we go. We're going to go towards Palm Bay. Take a look at the latest radar scan here across Orlando. Wow. Okay. You know, I see why, Courtney, you say that there is thunder. Let me take a scan of this. I want to see. Yeah, these go up to near 3,600. This actually almost goes up to near 40,000 feet. Looks like the heaviest rain bands is kind of near just Sanford. And this is tracking its way here to the east here. As you can kind of see in my rough two frames we have here. Maple says a storm and down toward Orlando has 41,000 feet. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a pretty high top, honestly. But yeah, you know, that is what we are seeing here, according to KMLB. Yeah, that's the radar we are looking at here right now. This is the one in Palm Bay, kind of just south here of Cocoa Beach. Of course, we do have our TMCO radar here, but this is in this is an airport radar. This does not go out as far, but I mean, obviously, it's still showing this here. I wonder if this one has echo tops. I don't think. We'll see what happens. We'll see here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Take another scan of this. Oh, okay. That's a bit sketchy. Dang, says Courtney. Yeah, for real. Absolutely crazy. It dropped to 37,000 feet. I mean, regardless, it's still a pretty high top storm. I'm not lying with y'all. KMLB, this one's probably the best radar coverage we have. I mean, really not too far away from Orlando here. I mean, like I said, those are some pretty high tops, for real. I'll tell you what, let's look at mesoscale analysis down there. I really don't know what's happening down there, so let's take a look at the current mesoscale analysis sector here. We're going to go down towards the Florida region. I want to look at a few things. First off, instability. How much we talking? Honestly, yeah, this is showing about almost 900 joules per kilogram. That is honestly a lot of instability. That is definitely enough to allow for severe storms to kick off here. Effective shear, basically your wind shear is a little bit low here. 21 knots of effective shear, which it should still honestly be enough to allow for maybe some severe weather here. You know, it's a possibility we could see maybe a few severe thunderstorms pop off of this. Now, in regard to downdraft energy, there's still a few things we need to look before I really say that here. Yeah, this is actually showing a little bit less. It's kind of more of a depression here of your downdraft cape. So maybe some isolated wind gusts, maybe up to 60 miles per hour could be possible. Now, could this go severe warning? It's a possibility, but right now it's not. Obviously, there is apparently some thunder, according to Courtney, currently kicking off here at the system. So honestly, yeah, I mean this. Let's look at the satellite view. Let's see what's going on here with lightning, because like Courtney said, there is a bit of lightning activity that is kicking off here. Oh yeah, you can start to see those convective plumes here. Yeah, there they are, right there. Those convective plumes are kicking off. Wow, look at that. You can really start to see where the thunderstorms fired off at right here, kind of across central portion of Florida, and it's starting to drive its way into Orlando currently. Yeah, there is some lightning activity with this as well. Absolutely crazy. We are seeing a lot of lightning activity here. So Courtney, that is why. Basically, where you guys see this very high dense area here of little plus signs. This is basically showing that we actually are seeing some confirmed lightning strikes that is picking up here by satellite. So, you know, honestly, quite decent. You know, honestly, this is looking pretty interesting here. For sure, for sure. There's definitely enough instability in the atmosphere. I mean, we're looking at over 1,000 joules per kilogram. That's honestly a lot. That's a lot of energy here. Alex says, how to download Radar Omega. I don't use Radar Omega, so I really couldn't tell you. Try looking up on YouTube. I'm sure there's a tutorial on it somewhere. Or just look up Radar Omega and just look and make sure that the site's actually official. We'll see what this does. Obviously, we'll see what this does here. So, obviously, the people who are just now joining us, welcome. Hope you all are having a great day so far. So, we're going to look here at the models, the forecast models in regard to the snowstorm that's coming up here. Because like I said, we have a possibility we could get some more snow across the mid-Atlantic. It's a possibility. Now, there is a little bit of disagreement, but the overall idea of where could see snow is still there. Honestly, you know, some of these models actually are showing a decent amount of accumulations here, as you're about to see as well. So, let's take a look at that. So, obviously, we have this cold front that's driving its way through the region now, driving some severe weather here. Now, as we track down eastward, as you will see here, this will all move its way out of the region here. Maybe some snow showers across the Ohio Valley here. Nothing too crazy. Maybe some light accumulations being possible. But let's take a look here at the previous run here. It goes a little bit further. So we get all this rain that starts kind of building up here for the early portions of the 9th into the late 8th here. A lot of heavy rain starting to fall across the Tennessee-Ohio Valley here, leading its way into the mid-Atlantic. Now watch what happens down here. So over the next little bit, as we start to progress into the later portions of the morning hours here, we start to see a bit of snow kind of kicking off here across the western side of Virginia, into basically the eastern side of West Virginia, kind of for the Blue Ridge Mountains here. Now we are seeing maybe some heavy snowfall according to this. I mean, this model is actually showing maybe up to 40 dBz, which is honestly very, very heavy snowfall accumulation, very, very high snowfall rates, which could honestly allow for a lot of quick accumulations to go on here. Guys, the Cowboy says, I live in North Carolina County. Do you see 40 miles per hour winds possible? Well, obviously, welcome. Hope you're doing good here. So I'll tell you what. About that, let's take a look here at the current hazards I want to discuss. And see where things are. So across northwestern portion of North Carolina, northwestern portion, we do have some wind advisories. If you're not inside of the wind advisory zone, obviously there's really no major concern for winds, but you know, honestly, over across the areas here, we have been seeing the possibility of some gusty winds. I mean, all across the region, even locally here in Northern Virginia, right here where I'm at, we're seeing some gusty winds today. We've been seeing a lot of heavy winds that's been kicking off here, honestly, as well as all that severe thunderstorm activity here. But to Gaz, honestly, across the northwestern portion here of North Carolina is where our highest threat for winds is. And they could potentially get over 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts, definitely. Here locally, they could potentially get up here to 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, which we are seeing that strengthening low right across here, across the northeast, which is driving in a lot more moisture here, really kicking in a lot more of those heavy winds, which, honestly, yeah, I mean, that's a possibility. We have wind advisories all in effect here across the northeast, all the way down to the basically bits of the mid-Atlantic here. James says, good evening, everyone. What's up, James? Welcome to the live stream. Glad to see you again, man. Hope you're doing good. But, honestly, this is what we are seeing here. And like I said, we're going to start to see a lot of that heavy snowfall starting to kind of build in here. I mean, obviously, all that rain starting to kind of pull its way up here into the Tennessee, Ohio Valley for the early morning portion. I mean, we're talking near maybe around 12, 1 o'clock in the morning here. Starting to see a lot of heavy rain drive its way in here to the 9th. Like I said, 12 o'clock in the morning, maybe 1 o'clock. We track down here a few more hours, maybe towards around 4-ish. We'll start to see some snow starting to fall here across bits of the western side of the Blue Ridge Mountains, or the eastern side of the Blue Ridge Mountains here, for western Virginia into eastern portion of West Virginia here. Because obviously the higher you go up in elevation, obviously the more colder it is, which does allow for more accumulations to take place. And then we start to, as we progress further down, things start to really take off here. I mean, look at this. We're seeing potentially, some of these storms here are showing basically 45 dBz. Now, if you don't know what that means, that's basically just very, very heavy snowfall rates. We're talking potentially maybe up to several inches per hour with those rates. Like I said, obviously, that could cause some quick, rapid accumulations here. So it's kind of crazy. We're going from this really warm weather, this really warm pattern we have been seeing here, the cold front driving all this warm air up here, to a snow system that's getting ready to impact the same areas here. Absolutely crazy. Just in a short amount of time, how quickly the weather can change here. Like I said, we are still in winter, and we will still be here for a little bit. I believe winter ends on the 22nd. Blaze says, do I think Chicago is going to get a lot of snow? Blaze, we'll look at that here in 1 second. I want to go ahead and finish discussing this Clipper system here, and then we'll look over there. Like I said, there might be some ice mixed in with this as well, showing a lot of the heaviest snowfall across northern Virginia into Maryland, maybe bits of northern Delaware, bits of New Jersey, as well as Long Island, kind of where we are expecting maybe the heaviest snowfall according to this. Now, in regard to accumulations here, this one's very, very aggressive. I think this is actually our most aggressive model we have out. Look at this. Right where we start to look at the purple regions here, this is actually showing the potential. We could maybe see up to 8-9 inches of snow. Some areas here across those upper elevations, maybe getting near a foot being possible. Kind of crazy, honestly. Like I said, the heaviest snow drives its way in through bits of New Jersey into Long Island as well. Maybe up and over 6 inches, a half a foot being possible. Which, honestly, that's that's a decent chunk of snow here, not going to lie. In terms of your NAM model here, NAM model is actually showing, kind of a similar story here. Maybe up to over a half a foot of snow, maybe up to 12 inches being possible. Honestly, North American model, your NAM model, and your rapid refresh is honestly showing the same story here. Definitely a possibility. Showing a decent amount of snowfall kicking off here. Now, in regard to NAMNES, I haven't looked at this one quite yet. Ooh, yikes! That has a lot of changes going on here. Andy says, "Hey, what's up? What's up, Andy?" I was going to see Gas says wind right now 4 miles per hour. It is currently 6.9 miles per hour here, according to my weather station here. 63 degrees in northern Virginia. Quite warm, but temperatures is going to continue to plummet as we start to get into that cold air behind this cold front here that we are currently seeing drive its way through the region. But yeah, this model is showing maybe up and over a half a foot of snow being possible here. Obviously, the dark blue kind of 3 to 5. Looking higher amounts being possible across those kind of purplish, pink, almost shaded colors here, showing the potential there. In terms of GFS, GFS is much lower resolution as you are going to see here. Look at this. We're seeing maybe up to 5 inches being possible. So there is a little bit of disagreement here. ECMWF, your European model, shows that snow line a little bit further to the north here, a little bit less snowfall as well, maybe up to 3 inches being possible across the western side of Virginia, kind of for the Blue Ridge Mountains here. Kind of what we are expecting in regard to snowfall accumulation. We'll see exactly what actually plays out here, because obviously this is something we should continue looking at here over the next few days. RDPS shows a complete different story here. A lot more less snow than what the ECMWF model has to say here. Honestly, maybe rarely getting up to an inch. Kind of what we are seeing here. So honestly, it's something we should monitor here. Obviously, what the majority of the models is showing is that we are expecting some snow to occur. GDPS is kind of showing the same story between what your ECMWF model and your RDPS model has to say. It's kind of a half and half game at the moment. GFS, RAP, and NAM are showing the heaviest, especially RAP. Rapid Refresh model is showing a lot of heavy snow out of this. Honestly, those three models here, between your GFS, your NAM, and RAP models, is showing the heaviest amounts. Same as NAMNES, too. Now, with RDPS and GDPS both being Canadian models, as well as the ECMWF being a European model, shows a little bit less snowfall across the western side here. Let's go and see here. Maple says, I got 2 frames of Storm South Bay, Florida. Rain accumulations over 2.5 inches in the past hour. That's a decent amount of accumulation. And like I said, we actually are currently seeing, those thunderstorms that are kicking off here, kind of towards the Orlando region here. Gaz says, what are the winds in border Virginia? We'll look at this here in a second. Honestly, I'm not very used to those areas here. I mean, even though I am from Virginia, I'm not really used to that area here. So let's go and see here. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up here real quick. Like I said, guys, if you have any questions here, feel free to throw them down in the chat. I'll definitely be here for y'all. Because like I said, that is what we are seeing here. Like I said, we are seeing a lot of heavy winds that is currently kicking off here as well. I tell you what, let's look at the models here, or the observations, or the forecast here in regard to our wind gusts, and I'll be able to tell you what we can expect here. Because our National Weather Service forecast has the wind gusts here over the next 24 hours. And like I said, there is some pretty gusty winds kicking off here. Across bits of the region here. I don't have Pivotal Weather Plus here. Across a lot of the areas here in North Carolina, honestly, the most we are seeing is maybe up to 30 miles per hour across the central portion here. And of course, towards the LWX region, obviously you can kind of see right where the boundary is. Maybe a little bit more heavier winds here. We're talking maybe some gusts up to 35, 40 miles per hour here. And the warnings for these wind advisories has them in Northern Virginia maybe getting up to 50 miles per hour being possible. It has definitely been very, very windy here. I was going to see, Buzz says, yo, what's up, bro? What's up, Buzz? Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to see you here tonight. Hope you all are staying safe here. And like I said, guys, if you are new to the channel, do me a favor. Consider hitting that subscribe button. It'll be greatly appreciated. We're on the road to 600 subscribers, guys. Seriously, once again, thank you all so much for your support. You guys are the best here. And like I said, if you have any questions, guys, feel free to throw them down in the chat here. I'll definitely be here for y'all. And if there's anything specific that you do want to look over, let me know, because we're going to be ending the live stream here in about 6 minutes or so. So if you have any questions, right now is the time to ask. Also, if you guys do want to support the channel, help us out greatly. I'll be greatly appreciated. We do have our link in the description as well as in the chat. It'd be greatly appreciated. It'll go towards a better cause here. Help us get better programs to give you guys better forecasts and overall, just overall better equipment to help you guys out when it comes to these severe events. Like we have been seeing here, a lot of severe weather starting to kick off here across the country. And honestly, this is only the beginning because we are expecting a lot more severe weather to kick off here. So, Pilot says, "What's up?" Or Pilot says, "Yo, what's up, Pilot? Welcome to the live stream, dude. Glad to see you here." But guys, that is so we are taking a look here. Andy says, what I mean is a forecast 10 to 20 miles per hour, and it gets a lot windier than that. That's probably mostly sustained winds. That's probably not wind gusts. Wind gust is usually higher, or it usually is higher than your, your sustained winds here. Across the northeast, like I have been saying, once you start to reach those boundaries here of kind of those golden yellow shaded colors here, this is where we're starting to reach that 40, 50, 60 mile per hour range here. So we are expecting some pretty heavy wind gusts to occur across the northeast here. Same thing for the mid-Atlantic, especially across bits of Maryland and northern Virginia. I can confirm. Definitely can confirm. It's been very, very windy today. Very, very windy. We've been seeing a lot of heavy winds. Like I said, I had to work earlier. I went to a job and they had a lot of woods, or it was basically in the woods. Their house was, and you could hear the trees blowing. The wind's just cutting right through them. Crazy. Very, very windy today. Very, very nice, too. I mean, it's been very warm. Because we had all this Gulf advection here. We had all this Gulf advection. Basically, just, I'm sure you guys don't know what that means. But essentially what happens during these systems here, the cold front drives its way through the region. Cold air backs behind these systems. And warm air drives its way up here from the south. And obviously down there is the Gulf of Mexico. sun heats it up, evaporates all the water, and drives all of its warm air into the states here. Because we have those northeasterly winds that drive all that warm air into the country here. And I can kind of even show you guys that in regard to our RTMA analysis, kind of showing what we're talking about here. Because like I said, we tracked down here back in time. You can kind of see the picture, how all those warm temperatures drive the way through the region. Obviously see right here. You can obviously see right here where this cold front's at, where all those temperatures really drop off. And it looks like we just saw the cold front pass its way through DC at the moment here. But that is what we are talking about here. Andy says, what is my opinion on severe weather spring and summer? You know, honestly, I believe we're probably in an active season this year. Considering we're already starting to see stuff kick off here, I'll tell you what, we can look at the Tropical Tidbits forecast models in regard to things here. Climate models, we'll take a look at weekly. Wow. So this is showing the potential of maybe some more storms. This is showing a jet stream that's dipping way further south than normal, which does allow all that moisture and all of that, all those storm systems to drive away further south, which actually might allow for more storms to kick off. Lewis says, hi, NWW, what's up? Lou, I hope you're doing good. Glad to see you. But like I said, you know, this is maybe showing some more storms this week. Kind of across between this week and into next week here. Maybe some more storms across the central states. We'll see how this plays out here. Week later here, this is for the later portion. For the third week of March, we're seeing maybe some more storms across bits of the plains here and 2 bits of the Midwest. A little bit further on down the line here, we'll go back to the previous predecessor here. On the later portion here of March, maybe a little bit less storm activity here. But, you know, these models do change pretty quickly. Definitely that is a factor here. You know, but that is what we are seeing here. You know, there is a possibility we could see some more storms kicking off here soon, you know, especially this week into next week. It's a possibility. Considering these patterns, like I said, the jet stream is shifting way further south here. Way further south here than normal, which is indicating all of the moisture and all the cold air coming down from the north, what might allow for storms to kick off here across the central and eastern parts of the country here. Let's go and see. Gaz says, what is the tornado chance in North Carolina spring and summer? You know, it is a bit too early to say that right now, Gaz. We'll see how this plays out here. And it really just depends on the actual event itself. There is really no way we can forecast essentially the tornado threat this far out. I mean, we can say there may be more storm systems across the region, which might ultimately lead to more tornadic systems. But to be exact, there's really no way we can see that. And that really more depends on the individual system, if that makes any sense. Let's go and see here. Andy says, it's too early to know, but I do think a derecho will happen, but remains unknown. I think it'll be in the Midwest or Northeast. Andy, it is still very much too far out to be able to tell that. What we can say is that severe weather is coming on its way. We've already seen, you know, a few events here so far of severe weather kicking off so far. You know, the beginning of this month was actually pretty active. Same thing for December. I don't know if you guys remember that. December of 2021, just about 4 months ago. Hard to believe. We've seen the Mayfield tornado, December 10th, 2021. That was a pretty active month, too. December, I believe, drove 4 severe weather events, which is way more stormy than normal across the regions here. We had some rain showers earlier, not really severe in my area. Mostly it was 70 degrees a day. I thought it was about to fume some strong thunderstorms in my place, but it didn't happen. Popcorn said that. Pilot says, will it rain in Charleston, South Carolina next week? So let's look at that. Let's take a look here at South Carolina. I know exactly where Charleston's at. I've been there many, many times, especially towards Hilton Head Island. Definitely a beautiful place. Definitely a beautiful place here. Let's take a look here at the models. Honestly, let's look at the COD models. I feel like they're a little bit better, honestly. They're good in their own ways. But let's see here for Charleston, South Carolina. So let's go ahead and see here. So obviously we have this one storm system that, you know, honestly, you might see some rain here. Kicking off here. Let's go ahead and see here. Pilot says, you know, asking for the rain here. You know, there is a possibility we could see some rain here kicking off for the 10th. The 9th into the 10th here. And then we'll see this system that drives its way through the region. Like I said, there is a possibility we could see some more storm systems across the main bulk of the country here. I mean, look at this. The models are even showing this too. Not only is the climate model showing this, but honestly, just the normal GFS, just your normal long-range forecast models are also showing this as well. Absolutely crazy here. Let's go ahead and see here. NWW, I'm happy. I am a great grandmother. Brand new. Let's go see. Andy says here, do I remember the Iowa derecho August 10th, 2020? I believe I remember that. Let's go see guys from New York City. Okay. Sana, what's up, Sana? Says, hey, I'm surprised Oklahoma hasn't had anything going on much lately. It's been very calm. Well, don't expect that to hang around for long, because severe season slowly creeping in, and it looks like it's just now starting to kind of kick off here. We've already been seeing 2 events that kicked off here relatively recently here. Now, there is, like I said, there has been more support here of maybe some more storms kicking off. Really nothing. Ooh, that's something worth noting. This is still pretty far out here, though. Let's see. This is showing for the 18th. Oh, this is still very far out. 17th and the 18th. Let's see if there's any model support on this. A little bit. Still kind of a bit sketchy here. There has been, over the last 3 runs, it looks like there has been a little bit of support. Maybe some severe weather breaking off here. 4 model supports. Okay. So for the last day, this has been in the model support. Okay. So we should watch this. Obviously, what's going to happen with this is, well, most likely going to change. But this is showing that there is some instability as well as some strong shear with a new area of low pressure kind of kicking off here across bits of Texas. We'll see. This actually might deliver severe weather here down the line a little bit further, but this, like I said, it's way too far out. This could easily change and easily throw its way off the models. We'll see what happens with this. Let's go and see here. Alex says, what website is the weather radio on? Look up No Weather Radio, and you should be able to find it. That is what we are talking about here. Pop says, we got a lot of light rain earlier. Yeah, we did too. We had about 0.08 inches, like kind of around the trees. Really not too much. A little bit less than 1/10 of an inch. But it's something, for sure. It's definitely been warm today as well. I mean, there's a lot of people here in the country. We've really seen a lot of warm temperatures kick off today. Pretty crazy. But anyways, guys, honestly, I think we're going to go ahead and get towards the end of the live stream here. Like I said, if you have any questions, right now is the time to ask them. Usually when their live streams at 9 o'clock here, but if you have any questions, guys, feel free to throw them down in the chat. If you are new to the channel, guys, do me a favor, consider hitting that subscribe button. I believe we can reach 530 by the end of this stream. It's very possible. So, guys, if you're not already, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I promise you will not be disappointed. You guys will stay up to date on all the latest weather information. Like I said, we do nightly live streams here at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And if you have any further questions, guys, I will definitely be here for y'all. If you guys do want to support the channel, we do have our link in the description as well as in the chat. It'll help us out tremendously. You guys are the best. Seriously, I really do appreciate all your support here over the last several days. Over the several months, really. I mean, you guys are the best. I really do appreciate all your support. So, guys, once again, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We're going to go ahead and call it a live stream here. If you have any questions, like I said, throw them down in the chat. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. You guys are the best. Just always know that. And just know that I'll be here for you guys 100% of the way until the end. Or, till as far on as I can go with this. I'll probably be in my later years doing this. I can imagine myself in, 50 years still streaming to YouTube and doing these weather events. Be like a old boomer doing weather tracking. It's kind of crazy. I wonder what the weather. I wonder what it would look like in the future. What would happen to weather models? I wonder how accurate they're going to become in the future. Because over the last 15 years, even over the last 5-10 years, models have become really well. They've gotten much more accurate here. It's going to be kind of cool to see, just how further the weather world progresses in terms of models, and in terms of other things as well. Jenny says hi. What's up, Jenny? Welcome to the live stream here. I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and extend the live stream here until about 9:15, guys. So about 10 more minutes. So give us a little bit of time to chat if you have any questions here. Seriously, that is what we are talking about. Gas says, thank you, buddy. Wendy, no win, thank you so much. Have a good night. You too. Like I said, we'll be live here for a little bit longer, but obviously welcome, Jenny. But like I said, it's going to be kind of cool to see, essentially, just how far along the weather, the weather models and stuff will become here in the future. I don't know if you guys heard the news, but the latest information here, NOAA, I'm sure you guys have heard of them, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. They have a new satellite, new weather satellite that just launched here, I believe, last week. Because they have GOES 16, which covers the eastern side of the U.S. They have GOES West here, or GOES 17 that covers the west. And now they have a new one. They have a new satellite, which the more satellites we have, the more observations we can take, the more scans we can do, and basically how this works. It's a big old feeding system. Essentially, all these models, all the observations at the surface, they all get collected together and plugged into a big old supercomputer, and it processes in the future from both satellite data, both observations, air data, people who fly airplanes through the clouds. They record data along the way. It's cool. I mean, there's so much to it, and they just throw all of it in there. I was going to see guys subscribe. Thank you so much, guys. Greatly appreciated. Seriously, guys, we're on the road here to 530. Honestly, I believe we can do it by the end of the live stream tonight. Like I said, we'll be live here for about 8 more minutes. So if you have any questions, guys, right now it's time to ask them. I'll definitely be here for y'all. 100% of the way. But guys, honestly, you are the best. Just always know that. Seriously, oh yeah, Lewis says I'm a new great mother. Well, congratulations, Lua. Definitely, congratulations. And he says, do not click weird links in chat. Yeah, don't click on those weird links, because dumb bots always come up on here on YouTube and post on every single person's channel. It's dumb. It's really dumb. Let's go and see Alex. Can you show me the site? Alex, just look up No Weather Radio. You should be able to find it. It's probably going to be one of the top sources. Pop says, I got to go by. I'll see you later, Popcorn. See you later, Popcorn. Glad to see you here. Gaz says, I will see you. Thanks for the help. I sub, and the wins is gone. Thanks. Gaz, you're very, very welcome. Thank you so much for the subscription. Greatly appreciate it. You rock, man. Hope you have a wonderful night. Hope you stay safe here. That goes to all of you guys out there. Sana says, doing a great job. I'll see you later. Thank you so much, Sana. I'll see you later as well. Glad you got to join us tonight. Jenny says, NWW16 rocks. Thank you so much, Jenny. Greatly appreciated. Like I said, guys, any questions? I'll be here until 9:15, so we'll be here for another 6 minutes for y'all. If you have any questions here, like I said, we are monitoring the possibility of maybe severe weather here down the line. This definitely needs monitoring. I'm not going to say anything yet. I'm going to kind of keep my mouth shut, but I will say, look at this. Here's the GFS model. Models are showing the possibility over the last several runs. Maybe some severe weather might kick off here across the southern central plains into the Midwest, maybe here for the 18th, 17th, and 18th. So we'll see how that goes off here. Seriously. Courtney says, get Nightbot. Okay. I'll definitely think about that. I've heard of Nightbot. I've never used it. But yeah, we'll see it. Maple says, a storm over me has 38,000 feet echo tops. Yeah, that's a pretty high top thunderstorm, not gonna lie. Jenny says, lots of high winds in Virginia. Jenny, I can't confirm on that. A very warm day today as well. I had work today, and it got up to 80. It got up to 80 degrees today, which, for obviously this time of the year, that is really, really warm. And working outside in that, it was honestly kind of a shock, not gonna lie. And it has been windy, which, the wind has actually helped. It helps. That breeze feels good outside. It still is a little bit windy here. Still just a little bit. But as we are talking about. But, guys, I'll be here for another 5 minutes, like I said. If you have any questions. I guess we can look at some of these severe thunderstorms. Because, like I said, we do have a few that's kicking off here. Wow! Look at all these. All these yellow things you see. Whoops. Or, hold on. Let's get that back up here. All these yellow that you see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 severe thunderstorm warnings currently kicking off here. That's a lot. That's seriously a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings. We have 3 special marine warnings, which basically just a severe thunderstorm for waters, basically. Just to alert boaters that rough seas could be a concern with some gusty winds. SQWs is a snow squall warning. This is for Montana. Whoa, what's going on here? Let's take a look at this. Got a little snow squall warning going on here for Hobson and Stanford. Jenny says, is the temperature going to drop into 30s next week in Virginia? That is a good question. Tell you what, let's look at the models here again. Let's look at that here right now. Going over here towards thermodynamics and 2-meter temperature. Actually, no, it's not do contours. Shaded's way better. It's a lot more easier to read here. So according to this, ooh, yeah, it's going to really get... Yeah, we're going to have another cold front drive its way through the region here. I don't really expect the temperatures to get too far below freezing until the 10th, especially the 12th. Look at this. The models have this thing driving very cold. Very, very cold here. 20 degrees Fahrenheit according to your GFS model. Wow. So for the 12th into the 13th, morning of the 13th here, it's going to be quite cold. Quite cold. Definitely a large difference between what we've seen today and what we're going to see here in the future. Obviously, 8 o'clock in the morning, that's your coldest time of the day anyways. But yeah, we are going to see some pretty chilly temperatures. For sure. For sure. Here we go. Go back to the snow squall, like I was talking about. So this is what we're looking at. This is a cross bit of basically just west central Montana here. Let's go ahead and see here. I've been in the middle of a severe thunderstorm warning. Polygon called for 60, 70 mile per hour wind, not a leaf. Let's go and see here. Temperature going to drop into 30s next week in Virginia. Yeah, we're going to see the temperatures here drop potentially in the 20s, according to what these models have to say. Potentially in the 20s here. But like I said, guys, if you're new to the channel, do me a favor, y'all. Hit the subscribe button. It'll be greatly appreciated. If you guys do want to support the channel and help us out, you know, guys, there is the link in the description. It'll help us out greatly. Go towards a good cause. Seriously, I do appreciate all your support. You guys are seriously the best. Just always know that. Know that you guys matter. And just seriously, you guys are the best. And you're the reason I keep on going at it. I couldn't do it without you guys. Seriously. You guys have inspired me so much to continue to keep pushing and giving you guys, you know, all the updates here. I'm glad to be able to put my knowledge to some good use here. You know, I'm glad. This is my main objective here. Is just help people and make sure that they stay safe during these events here. And like I said, we're starting to, you know, see essentially, you know, severe season starting to kick in here. Let's go see. Andy says, I've been in the middle of a severe thunderstorm warning. Polygon caught 6, yeah, not a leaf twitch. Andy, you know, the polygons do stretch out a little bit further than the severe thunderstorm itself, just to give it a little bit of wiggle room. Basically just to be more safe in terms of that. Because essentially the polygon is just showing an area that could be impacted by that severe thunderstorm or that tornado, whatever it is. And the polygon does not mean, if you are in the polygon all the time, does not mean you're definitely going to see a bad storm. Most of the time it does. But there is some edges of, especially if you're on the edge of the polygon. If you're on the edge of the polygon, usually you start to see, you know, that chance lower a little bit. But like I said, they give it a little bit more wider room just for a little bit of wiggle room. Now, I'm sure towards the center of that warning, they probably did see some gusty winds. Jenny says, we thank you. No, Jenny, thank you so much. You're the best. All of you guys are the best here. But like I said, guys, I think that's going to go ahead and call it a stream for tonight, guys. I want to go ahead and say thank you all so much for joining us. You guys are the best here. Final call, if you are new to the channel, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. We're literally 2 subscribers away from 530, guys. I believe we can do it tonight. Let your friends and family know. Be greatly appreciated. And if you're on the channel, guys, be greatly appreciated. Leave a like on the video as well, or the live stream. It'll also help us out. Shows us if you guys are enjoying the content. And feel free to leave a dislike as well if you do not enjoy the content. It just gives me more things to work towards to get better. Seriously. But guys, I can't thank you all more than enough here. Thank you so much for joining us. Maple says, see you in WW. See you later, Maple. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. God bless you guys. And I'll see you all in tomorrow's live stream. See you later, guys.
Now for the National Weather Service marine forecast for the Chesapeake Bay from Sandy Point to North Beach. Tonight, west winds 20 knots with gusts to 40 knots, becoming northwest with gusts to 35 knots after midnight. Waves 3 feet. Scattered showers